Good evening. This is David Lynn, and you're with me for another edition of Coffee Talk. This is a special one. It's Monday, vacation time. And thank you for being here, Uncle Al. I appreciate you. Die Bullfrog 79. Idaho Garden Girl, thank you for coming. Appreciate you coming in. And thank you for the first like. So, I'm going to go through some recent topics this evening. We'll see how it goes. The tie. That's good. Okay, well you're both number one in my view. So I'm going to be ambitious this week. I'm going to try to put out 4 videos. I put out one today on water storage. I've got a Blue Eddy power station. I think Uncle Al likes Blue Eddy. It is a Blue Eddy power station I'm going to do an unboxing of. I've had it for a while, and I'm going to do an unboxing. And I'm hoping to do menu number 4, US MRE menu number 4, spaghetti. Hoping to do that. And then I'm going to certainly get Belinda's box out. I'm hoping to get her box out tomorrow. And I'm going to be uploading a video of that. So I'm ambitious. For me, 4 videos in 1 week. That's really being ambitious. We'll see what we do. I'm certainly going to get the the Blue Eddy unboxed, and I'm certainly going to get Belinda's box out to her. In the meantime, we'll see how this goes this evening. There may be a lot of viewing, and there may not. But yesterday, I had, what did I have yesterday? Yesterday, I had a bunch of people come in, and then I had 35. I had 35 initial people come in. After the video was over, I had another 50, so I'm up to 85 views, 21 likes. Melinda Elliott, good evening. Thumb number 3. Melinda, I think if you haven't already done so, I think you will like my video that I did today. I released a video on water storage. I think you might like that if you haven't already viewed it. Miss Anne Marie Angel, thank you for coming in. 4th like, appreciate it. And I had people tell me they didn't get the notification for my live stream. I do not understand how somebody can be have notifications active and they don't get the notification. That's got to be the YouTube AI hating on me. That's all I can think about. It's got to be the YouTube AI hating on me. And I don't know. Uncle Al is cooking. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's the AI algorithm. Hateful. Yes, salmon is good. I enjoy fish, seafood. So, looking at topics. Holly Ivans. Hello, Holly Ivans. My best wishes to you and your husband, Mike. Six in the house and 5 likes. Well, looking at topics. There have been promises from Trump that he's going to take some of the money from the tariffs, and people are going to be getting $2,000 checks from the government. When that is to happen, I do not know. But that's something that he has promised. Sometimes this coming year, in 26. You know, the debt in the United States is out of control. I really feel like any money we get our hands on should go to pay down the debt. And we really need to keep cutting back on spending. Cutting government positions cuts the amount of money the government's putting out. And that's a good thing. The left would basically have you cut military positions. I think all those bureaucrats in Washington that want to stay at home need to just stay at home permanently. The ones that want to work from their house, I think that needs to be a permanent thing for them. Hello, Betty. Pre-retirement days in the house. And Rachel, mom of 4 boys. Hello, Rachel. Thank you for coming. Eight in the house and 8 likes. Anne Marie Angel in the UK. God bless the people of the UK. The Lord bless and keep you all. Uncle Al sharpening his knives. Whew. Uncle Al. Yes, everybody pray for Mike Ivan's recovery. Verna. As I stated on a comment that you left, my response today, I'm going to try to get your box out hopefully tomorrow. Um, how long it takes to get to you, well, that's the postal system. It might come by Pony Express. If it does, I hope you get to pet the horse. Um, and there will be a video, and hopefully I'll get the video. I've got ambitions to get 4 videos out this week. I did the water storage today. I've got Belinda's box. Then I've got the unboxing of a Blue Eddy power station, mid-size power station that I got from Amazon a while back. Hadn't unboxed it yet. And then if I'm really ambitious, number 4 is going to be menu number 4, USMRE, the spaghetti, which is my favorite. My favorite menu is the spaghetti. There are 24 menus, MRE menus. There's a case A, which has menus 1 through 12, and there's the case B that has menus 13 through 24. And then I will proceed with other folks getting goodie boxes. I'm being Santa, checking my list, and trying to send the nice people goodie boxes. I'm sorry that I really can't send any overseas. It would probably cost me about 5 times the amount of the contents. I sent a box across the border to Canada, to Claudette here a few years ago, and literally it cost me about 5 times what it would have been to send it here in the United States. I paid $11 or $12 to send it to the United States, and it cost me over $50 to send it to Canada. Just right across the border, like 5 miles across the border into Canada. That's how bad it is. Anne Marie, I appreciate your understanding. I could not send anything to my friends over in the Philippines either. I've got a few friends in the Philippines that are very faithful usually. I would love to be able to send them something, but I can't afford $100 for shipping, which is probably the better part of what it would be. Kayla Boo, good evening, young lady. If y'all are not friends with Kayla Boo, you need to reach out. I'm sure she will reach back. Beautiful young lady, has a beautiful channel. And thank you for coming. 9 in the house and 10 likes. You know, AI is up and coming. AI is involved with so much, and it's developing. And there are massive fears of AI. I was watching some clips today about our latest generation of submarines. We have a new missile carrier that they're putting out. I think it's called the Columbia class. And then there is an attack submarine version. I may have the names wrong. One of them's the Columbia class, I think. And they have AI. A lot of the systems and everything run on AI. And they're worried about the AI, they're worried about just turning things over to the AI because it could turn into Skynet, so to speak, and we could be in a world of hurt. Yeah, postage is crazy. I think I paid. I sent a few cards out. I mean, I didn't send cards to everybody, but I sent a few, just a very few cards out, and I was paying about 79 cents for this for the postage, and it's just a card in an envelope, and literally about 79 cents each. And then it takes a week to get where it's going. I sent one South Texas, about 5 hours south of me, along the border, and that one should get there on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. These are Thanksgiving cards. And I sent the thing out this past Saturday. And it's only going a few hours south of me. That's how sorry the postal system has become. Well, there is a buildup to that happening. Little Lone Prepper, how are you doing? Thank you for coming, Barbara. The Lord will return. And he'll bring his holy ones with him. Oh, trust me, the Lord will return. For one thing, the Jews have to rebuild the temple because some of the end times stuff that happens involves the Antichrist in the temple. He's got to go in and defile the temple. So when you see them rebuilding the temple, you know that things are really getting lined up. Oh, the band will be together. They will all come. The dead in Christ will rise with the shout of the archangel. Yep. Yeah, the problem right now is where they intend to build it. There is a Muslim holy site or mosque, like the third holiest site in Islam, and they would have to basically destroy this mosque, and that would start World War III. The Lord bless and keep Barbara's mother. Don't get me started on that one. Oh man, don't get me started on that one. You know, there is a lot of the occult, younger people, Generation Y, Generation Z, 18 to 35-year-olds. A lot of them are pagans. They're embracing the occult. That's another thing to think about. Um, Black magic, witchcraft, Santeria, this bastardized Christianity. They do blood magic. Now, I will tell you this, I order a lot of stuff on Amazon, and depending on what I'm ordering, I get it the next day. Like I order food items, like I order my cups of soup or my bowls or different things that come out of Houston. Comes down a couple of hours. I get it the next day. So I can order stuff and I'll get it the next day. Other stuff sometimes takes 2, 3, depends on where it's coming from. You know, they got hubs for different things. Nature-based religions. Yeah. You know, I have a I can say it's a relative, but it's through marriage, that is a Buddhist. And I talk to this young man. He's like mid 30s. And we talk, and it's like, well, you know, what he believes. I know a lot about Eastern religions. You know, I've studied in the past. And yeah, the alley express, they're really trying to do business. um their pricing and everything, the items that they're selling. Hey, KP Heathen, thank you for coming. How are you doing, young man? Yeah, there's a big rise in leftist ideology and AI. Disney and Netflix. A lot of, a lot of what comes out now is just remakes. A lot of the stuff is coming out of Hollywood, remakes, Disney remakes. Not a lot of originality. And a lot of times the remakes are not near as good as the originals. I will tell you that. So here's another one. You know, everybody's being told go to college, get a degree. Too many philosophy degrees. They say too many education degrees, but really we have a shortage of educators. There is a shortage of educators. And we're short-handed on the trades. We need electricians. Electricians can make over 100,000 a year. I mean, that's a decent living. You know, you get they apprentice, they become journeymen, they become licensed electricians, masters, can make $150,000 a year. Um, HVAC, heating and air conditioning. It's another trade that Gets paid really well. Plumbers, big three, the big three. Um, mechanics, mechanics. I mean, you can make really good money doing that. All of those. You don't necessarily have to have a degree. And the thing about having a degree, a lot of times the student, the prices now have gone so high in the classes. When my daughter was in junior college, her classes were about $250 a class. And well, I understand, Rachel. Not everybody's got a strong stomach. They don't want to deal with this stuff, like sewer lines and such. There's always new installations. Anyway, my daughter, about $250, $260 a class. And then they hit you with a junior college, they hit you with all these fees for this, that, and the other, whether you're using it or not, fees for this, that, and the other thing. Fees. They fee you to death. When she went to UHV, University of Houston, Victoria, for her bachelor's, after her first 2 years, she transferred over. The classes were a little over $1,000 a class. So they were 4 times as much. But then they didn't fee you. Everything was included. But it was four times as much. Then she got into graduate school. Mike Crusher Reviews. Hello, Mike. Thank you for coming. Then she got into graduate school and the classes for her master's. And then the classes were over $2,000 a class. And that's not going to an Ivy League school. And you've got all these kids that have $100,000. They have $100,000 in student loans. They just destroy their credit rating because they can't keep up with it. They want $900,000 a month towards their student loans. You want to do a 10-year payout, and you're putting out $900,000 a month. You better have a damn good job, to be able to put up that kind of money. Talk about crazy stuff. Some of these people are on drugs. You get these people who are druggies or alcoholics, alkies, and they do stupid stuff. So this story about a DoorDash girl, DoorDash, they do the food deliveries and such. And this DoorDash girl went to this house to make a delivery. She ate half the food. She didn't wait outside. The guy was in his bathroom showering, when she came. It had already been paid for. She robbed him. She sexually abused him in the bathroom. I think she used a stun gun or a taser on him. And she, made a mess. And then she took off. And she led the police on a high. I guess he called the police. He managed to call the police or something other. She led the police on a high-speed chase for about 5 miles, and then when they finally caught her, and they had an image of her, looked, God Almighty, looked crazy. And that recently happened. It was in the news, and I just, the DoorDash girl sexually abused a guy. Ate half the food, robbed him. He'd already paid for it, over the online or whatever. Robbed the guy, and then molested him. DoorDash. Oh man, I've never I've never used DoorDash. I mean, I've had pizza delivery before, like you call over to, Domino's or something other, and I've had them deliver pizza to me and all, but I've never, DoorDash. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, stole beer from his fridge. Uncle Al knows. A recent topic. God almighty. Talk about crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I tell you what, people are really behind, really beyond help. Nobody wants to hire neat. Well, that's true. No education, no brains. Mm. Um, yeah, we're experiencing solar flares. It's another thing. Messes with our, messes with our satellites. Sometimes it burns a satellite out. It could very easily affect, you know, it's like a pulse, an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. It can burn out stuff on the ground. You get a strong enough one. You get a strong enough one. Yeah, I take my meds. Oh, God damn. Excuse me, Lord. Sorry for that. I take my meds. You know, I take my meds, but none of them's for mental, illness or anything. But blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar, diuretic. I take all that crap. Oh, man. I kept screaming. That's a good one. Oh, yeah, see the news. That's right. Ah, yeah. The poles are moving. The North and South Pole are moving. The North Pole is moving into Siberia. South Pole's moving up into South America. So there's that happens periodically. Every few thousand years, the poles, move. So, you know, um, when they had that 9.1, I think it was, that huge earthquake off the coast of Japan that caused the tsunami and melted down their reactor power plant and killed a bunch of people. It actually, the earth, the tilt of the earth slightly changed when that happened. It was a world altering situation. And Japan basically shut down all their nuclear reactors. Taiwan shut down their nuclear reactors. A lot of people are, and basically hurting their power grids by doing so. Yeah, they need to bring back asylums. Actually, I'd put some of them over at Gitmo. We have way too many. SD Mountain Man. Hello. How's it going, Scott? We have way too many people in prison. We have over 1 million people incarcerated across the United States right now. Think about that one. Over 1 million people incarcerated across the United States. 7 in the house, 14 likes. Think about that. Yeah, people need to be held accountable. I talk to people need to give prisoners jobs like they do in Brazil. Who is the dude that says we are going to have a big slash from the pole shift? SLASH. You mean splash? There's somebody in Colorado. He says that's the safest place to be because of the altitude and everything, and that we'll have like mile high tsunamis There'll be a big, the earth will actually flip around, and then it'll cause mile high tsunamis. It'll wipe out everything along the coast. Yeah, polar tilt. Um, Another thing we have to watch out for is wild animals. Feral dogs, feral hogs, they attack in packs. I don't think there'd be a flip. I think where you'd really have to worry about a massive tidal wave is if a big rock fell out of space and hit the oceans. You could have a 500-foot, tidal wave along the shores, and that'd kill millions of people, millions and millions of people. I mean, where I live, about 20 miles inland, and I'm at an altitude of about 100 feet above sea level, and I'm 21, 22 miles inland from the Gulf in Victoria, where I'm at, and I'm at an altitude of about 100 feet, and were there a hurricane or was there like a 30-foot storm surge, it wouldn't affect me at all, you know. No, I haven't seen any big spiders. I see little spiders occasionally. Occasionally, I see snakes. We had one in our hallway at school, a rattlesnake, a small rattlesnake, got underneath the stripping, underneath the door, got in between that, got underneath it, and got inside our hall, one of our, our halls. Kids saw it and reported it, and they got it and killed it. Our SRO, deputy sheriff, and one of the, maintenance people, they have a tool because occasionally they get a hold of snakes, and they got those grippers that they use. And God, it was a small snake, about a 2-foot snake, baby snake. Yeah, you gotta worry about Well, I hear you. Yeah, I'm sure the Indians are not happy. Nobody's happy right now. There aren't a lot of happy people right now. I hear you. Um, but they will attack livestock and kill livestock. They'll get your farm animals. You got to watch out for that. I mean, you get you'll get animals trying to get your or snakes trying to get your eggs, trying to get to your eggs. You'll get animals trying to get your chickens. Um, Possums, skunks, various. They'll try to get into your stuff. I had rain today. It hasn't been raining, but I had rain today. It rained. It started raining when I was on my front porch finishing up my sitting on my front porch finishing up my water video, and it started raining. Well, you go out and about, out in the country or whatever, you better be armed. I would recommend carrying a pistol and a shotgun. Have double up buck in it. I have 15 thumbs. Well, thank you. Here lately, I've wound up after, people come in after the initial, and some of them will watch it. And I'll wind up having 20 thumbs, 21 thumbs, which is nice. 20 people care enough to give you a thumbs up. That's good. Yesterday's video, I had 35 live stream. I had 35 people come into the live stream, and I had like 16 thumbs, and then afterwards I had another 50 come through. Most of them probably just long enough to record the fact that they were there. I didn't know who the hell they were. 4 or 5 people identified themselves, and I got another 5 thumbs. So I think I went up with about 21 thumbs from yesterday's live stream with supposedly 85 views, but it was, wasn't that many that actually participated, I think. Yeah, when you do a live stream, Melinda, and I need to visit you more often. I'll always say, what thumb I am, what number I am. Myra did not like me doing that. She said, "Don't tell me what thumb you were, whatever. Don't do it. Just leave a thumb and leave a nice comment, Um, she had left a comment, and she hasn't been in my live stream for lately, but she left a comment saying she's going to recommend people to, look at my stuff because I put out some good stuff, which I appreciate that. I don't put out a lot of videos, but when I put out a video, it's sincere. It's intended to have, and I have fun doing it. And I laugh at myself constantly because I misspeak or I say something, and I just make myself laugh. I can entertain myself, Food Forest Permaculture. Hello, Howie. Thank you for coming. Please leave a like to support the channel. Well, I tell you about the idea of the water. You don't have to buy 3-gallon or 5-gallon jugs, because you can get 5-gallon jugs and you can get the 3-gallon jugs, and they have a handle. Right now the price with tax is right at $10 for a 3-gallon jug. Well, when you think about it, 3 gallons of water, you're paying right at $5 for 3 gallons of water. And then you're paying just about $10 for a jug. So you're paying $15 for 3 gallons of water storage, and it's $5 a gallon. So that's absolutely high. But over the last few years, I periodically will buy 1 or 2 jugs and fill them up. And I have stacks of 4. I've got 5 of those, so I've got 20 of those jugs, and they're 3 gallons each, and that's 60 gallons. And I got a couple of 5-gallon jugs, and I got a 6-gallon container, like you have in your vehicle. So I've got 70-ish gallons of water over here in the corner, and in my man cave, because all that back there is just storage, just stuff stored. I mean, I'm good to go for a grid down situation for a few months. I've got a lot of other water stored and food stored and various things, and I've got a 12-volt refrigerator set up in here that runs on. I can run it on my solar. I got panels on my roof on my porch, my exterior porch. I've got 8 panels. I've got a battery bank with some lithium iron batteries, and I can run it on 12 volts, and I can just keep the thing going. So I'll have cold water and cold milk and cold whatever. Got lots of freeze-dried foods and lots of MREs and lots of beans and various rice and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, we need the summer sun. How are you doing, young lady? You're up late. Julie West from the UK, my friend. Anne Marie Angel was in earlier. I don't know that she's still here, but she came in. Another lovely young lady. Julie and Anne Marie are from the UK and wonderful people. Thank you for being here. Levin in the house, 15 likes. I'm showing 15, might be 16, I'm not sure. Yeah. Artificial intelligence. Crazy. So in Dearborn, Michigan, the populations, they're all packed with a lot of immigrants in Dearborn. And there's a big clash between the Christians and the Muslims over Sharia law. They're having some violence there. It's getting crazy. It's another topic. 1:48 a.m. God bless you, Julie. Yes, I've had that. The Stop the Bleed, yes. That's very good. I've had an extended course in first aid, and Stop the Bleed's one of the things that they teach you. How to use a tourniquet, how to pack a wound. I mean, it's not just CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. They teach you how to use an AD, for electric shock. WD Glock and Roll, thank you for coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. My brother-in-law gave me one of the 250-gallon IBC totes, but I haven't gotten it cleaned and fitted with a spout yet. That'll store some water. Joseph Moore was asking me about, do I have a way to catch rainwater? Well, yes, I do, but I don't. I don't do it. I've got some of the black cans with screw tops. It looks like a trash can, but the top screws on, so you can use that for water storage. They're designed for water storage. I've got a couple of those, in addition to all the other. And I do have them outside. They're not inside. They're outside on my back patio. We are 50 minutes in, 9 in the house, and 16 likes. Antifa, both domestic and foreign, international, they have been declared a terrorist organization. A lot of the cartels, I believe Black Lives Matter might have been declared something. Um, they were a big scam. Big scam. Communists. They basically used the bulk of the money that they received for their leadership to buy houses and all sorts of real estate, and it was a big scam. You can do stuff online. You can get certification, um, and then you can do stuff online. Uh, Usually, your county hospital will have classes. The fire department will have classes. They'll have an EMT that will present. They'll have a nurse and RN do a class in first aid, and they'll cover that kind of stuff. And you can get a card, that's good for a couple of years. Yeah, sounds crazy. SD sounds crazy. Lots of crazy stuff. Lots of crazy stuff. Tell you the truth. I agree with you. 17 in the house. 17 likes, 11 in the house. Well, thanks to the shutdown, the dismantling of the Department of Education is beginning, removing $51 billion in grants. Both blue states and red states demand the return of $100 billion. They want their money. The Trump administration's on the warpath, returning education to the states. This was reported by CNN and Fox News. The Muslim Brotherhood has been declared a terrorist organization by the Trump administration. Joseph Moore, thank you for coming. $10 in the house, 17 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel, be greatly appreciated. Another news report, another Democrat rep indicted for stealing money from FEMA. Democrat rep Sheila Shirillis McCormick funded her company and her campaign with $5 million from FEMA in Florida, according to the DOJ. Lots of crazy stuff. One thing that will help you with diabetes, One thing that will help you with diabetes is lose weight. If you're overweight, lose weight. You can really reduce your need when it comes to your your symptoms and everything if you will lose weight. And thank you. I appreciate you always leaving a like. It is a blessing that I receive likes. That is all the payment I ask. I don't do super chats. I don't do memberships. I don't sell merchandise. If I ever get around to making mugs, I'll probably give them out. Don't do any of that stuff. Well, there's another big stink going on right now. You had 6 Democrat. One of them, I think, was a senator, and the other 5, I think, are Congress people. And they did a video that they put out talking about not obeying illegal orders and encouraging the military not to obey the president. When president commands or whatever, or orders, chain of command. And first thing is the assumption that he's giving illegal orders, which he's not. And got a lot of people pissed off, and the Department of Justice and FBI and military will be, they're unhappy, and they don't want young people that are in the military being encouraged to disobey the chain of command or saying, well, I disagree with this, so I'm not going to do it. And I tell you what, the president's pissed. He's describing it as like sedition. And after that, I think it was a TikTok video or something, I don't know. But demanding troops to disobey. White House administration, DOJ and FBI going after these 6 Democrats, which I can't blame them. I certainly cannot blame them. Yeah, I'm a big coffee drinker. I normally drink 1 in the morning, first thing, to get going. Take my meds, and then I'll drink another with my breakfast. Sometimes later in the day, I'll have another one. I've had 2 cups today. I might have another one before I go to bed this evening. Enrique Trevino, Unkael. Like number 17, thank you. You're coming in rather late, but better late than never. Appreciate you coming in. Julie Ann West, thank you for being here. I know it's 2 o'clock where you're at. God bless you. Have a nice, good sleep. I do not plan on doing a live stream tomorrow, but I will plan on being back on Wednesday. And I appreciate everybody coming in. For some of you who just came in, I am sorry you're just now getting here. But you can always watch the replay, and I think it was a very good live stream. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I'm trying to get out 4 videos this week. I did one today that I put out on water storage. I think it was a nice one, about a 10-minute video. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get out Belinda's Country's Living, Belinda's box. Try to get that out and get it mailed out to her tomorrow. That's 2. I've got to unbox a power station. I've got a Blue Eddy power station, medium-sized one. I'm going to be unboxing tomorrow. And then if I'm able to, I'm going to see about doing my menu number 4, USMRE menu number 4, which is the spaghetti, my favorite menu of the bunch. I'm going to try to put that one out. So I've got ambitions of trying to put out 4 videos this week while I'm off on Thanksgiving break. Appreciate you coming in. And yeah, I already have the exact same power station. I bought a second one of the same type. I've got 4 Blue Eddy power stations right now. 2 of them, well, one of them I gave to my daughter. One I have right here in my room, back bedroom here that my man cave. And then my wife has one, and I just have one I'm getting ready to unbox, which is the medium-sized one. I've got the smaller sized one, and I've got 2 of the medium-sized ones. So I will plan on being back. I will plan on being back Wednesday. And appreciate y'all coming in. I enjoyed this one. Remember, the prepper and the scout motto is be prepared. And we'll see you hopefully again Wednesday for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Enjoyed it.